So today, we've got to talk about how one single concert managed to generate an absolutely mind-boggling amount of money. And when I say mind-boggling, I mean, look at this number.
3 trillion. One. Yep, you heard that right. That's over 2 billion US dollars. I mean, that's an unbelievable figure for just one event. Is that the budget for some crazy blockbuster movie? The value of a new tech company? Nope. This is the estimated economic hit from a single musical performance.
And here's the real kicker. The concert was free. So that begs the big question, right? How on earth does a free event pull in that kind of cash? Well, the answer has nothing to do with ticket sales and everything to do with the power of a truly global phenomenon.
See, to get this, you have to understand the BTS fandom. They're known as the ARMY. And this is not just some group of fans. It is a super organized, incredibly passionate, worldwide community. And when they decide to move, believe me, entire economies sit up and pay attention. Because for them, it is never, ever just about one day.
Okay, so here's our first piece of hard evidence of the incoming wave. In the lead-up to the concert, searches for places to stay in Seoul on just one major platform shot up by 85%. The city was literally bracing for this massive flood of visitors from every corner of the globe.
And just look at the commitment here. These fans weren't just popping in for the show and flying right back out. No way. More than half of them booked rooms for 3 nights or even longer. They turned this one concert into a full-blown vacation, and they came ready to explore, experience, and, you guessed it, spend.
And oh boy, did they spend. Local businesses saw their sales jump by a staggering 190% compared to the same time the year before. And on the Saturday of the concert itself, that number was even higher. Sales more than tripled. This wasn't just a little ripple. It was a tidal wave of cash.
But look, a boom like this doesn't just happen by accident. The businesses of Seoul saw the army coming a mile away and got ready for what you could only call a purple gold rush, named, of course, after the fandom's signature color.
And the welcome was, well, unmissable. Right in the heart of Seoul, a massive department store lit up its entire building in this brilliant purple light. It was like a citywide welcome mat for the global fandom, a huge signal that said, "We see you and we are ready for you."
And the planning was so strategic. Convenience stores rolled out this genius 3-step game plan. First, they moved all the tourist favorites, things like spicy ramen and banana milk, right to the front of the store. Smart. Second, they cranked up their stock of general K-drama and K-pop merch by 10 times. But this last step, this was the masterstroke. For products that BTS specifically endorsed, they boosted the inventory by an incredible 300 times. They knew exactly what the fans were coming for.
And this quote really gets to the heart of it all. It's not just about buying t-shirts. Fans want to connect with Korean culture on a much deeper level. They want to buy the food they see in the dramas, like odang or fish cakes, and take them home as souvenirs, like a real, authentic piece of the culture they love so much.
But this story goes way beyond the convenience stores in Seoul. The economic impact spreads far, far beyond the city limits. This whole thing basically turns into a nationwide pilgrimage.
Now this is probably the most powerful example of the fandom's dedication. Huge numbers of fans traveled all the way to South Korea without even having a ticket to the show. I mean, think about that. They came just to be there, to soak up the atmosphere and to share that moment with fellow armies from all over the world.
And we're not talking about a long weekend here. These trips can last for weeks. Fans literally trace the footsteps of the group all over the country, visiting filming locations from their TV shows and music videos. And this creates this amazing tourism ripple effect, boosting local businesses in places way outside the capital, like some small guest house in Gangwon-do province that BTS just happened to visit once.
So let's put the pieces together. How does all of this, the travel, the long hotel stays, the super strategic shopping, the nationwide tourism, how does that all add up to that insane 3 trillion won figure? Well, it's all part of a powerful and kind of new economic model. See, that final number isn't just about merch sales. It is a massive calculation that includes thousands and thousands of international flights, all those multi-night hotel stays across the entire country, the money spent at tourist spots from Seoul to Gangwon-do, and of course, those massive shopping sprees. When you pull all of that together, you're looking at a true economic force.
And it's actually a name for this whole phenomenon. It's called the fandom economy. And it's basically a system where the collective passion of a community gets channeled into coordinated spending, creating a real, measurable economic impact.
It's literally the process of turning cultural influence directly into billions of dollars of financial power.
And all of this leaves us with one final, really fascinating question to think about. As culture becomes more global and these fan communities get more and more connected, are we watching the rise of a whole new kind of economic superpower? One that isn't driven by corporations or by governments, but by pure shared passion. It's definitely something to chew on. Thanks for joining me for this explainer.